Now, when it goes to speak about 7 kings, 5 have fallen. Those 5 have fallen because those were times and events in which Satan from the beginning had released its power from king to king to king to king, ruling the world. But at the time when Christ had ascended up into the throne and sat down and Michael cast him down, he was no longer, but he was to come back. And when he came back, he was to be of the 7th, and of to be also of the 8th, which is the Antichrist in the last days, who rules and reigns the world in his form of godliness. That's the 7th. But he was cut off at the 5th. So who was the 6th king? We know that the mysterious Babylon, the spiritual Babylon, which God comes to destroy, is a lady, a church, a satanic, evil, aura, empire, wonder in heaven, a power, spirit that only the secrets of God knows and understands. She who is sitting on her beast, when the beast and dragon, symbolic to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit all being one, when the dragon, Satan, and the beast or whatever fall into the pit, he is no longer, but he comes back as the 7th and the 8th. So the 6th is still that wonder-working power that was working behind the beast and manifesting itself. But now Jesus is given all power from heaven and earth, so the beast is cast down, but the lady is still wandering the world. And she's hindering Christ's people in hopes that she can deceive them some kind of small widget niche way to make them fall from grace. But as it is also mentioned here in Revelations 20, that they reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. So that 1,000 Revelations 20 verse 5, the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first. So after the 1,000 years were finished, the Satan is released, as in Revelations 9, the pale horse also. These are all simultaneous things. When you read in the context, you can move the scriptures to fit and line perfect sense of a historical event that unfolds in the first and second setting. And so the second setting now, we see finishes in Revelations 19 verses 20, where it speaks on these both were cast alive into the lake of fire. So Revelations 12 begins with a new beginning, and in Revelations 19:20 it finishes with them being cast into the lake of fire, similar to Revelations 11:18. Where it talks about how the time of the dead were to